Jason Aaron, how you doing?
I am great.
I would imagine you're pretty great. You had Wolverine #2 just came out. #1 was the best-selling book of last month. How's that been going? It's been fun.
That's pretty cool, right?
Mm-hmm. It is.
Yeah, my first ever, maybe my last #1 book of the month. Who knows? But yeah, it's great. I've been really excited about the new Wolverine stuff. So I'm glad people seem to be digging it.
One of the things that I've heard about it is, and I've heard this from a couple of places, that when you pitched it, people were really excited about it. Like, we heard the Aaron pitch for Wolverine, and it was fantastic. So how did you pitch that book?
Well, I don't know. You know, I went to the big Marvel retreat that we have like twice a year, and so I had to sit in the room. It's kind of intimidating. You're in a room with, 20, 30 people. It's all editorial and all these big-name creators, and I got to pitch my crazy Wolverine story about him going to hell. But yeah, people seem to like it. It's a big story. It's certainly the biggest Marvel story I've done. Mm-hmm. It's still the same kind of story people are used to me doing. It's not exactly a family-friendly, uplifting story in a lot of ways, but it's got a big impact on Wolverine. I think has a lot of the stuff that I love about Wolverine stories, but also, there's a lot of new stuff. It's not really the type of story we've seen with Wolverine before.
I noticed reading through it, and I've read Wolverine off and on for a long time, but there was a lot of stuff I recognized, but you're going way back too. I mean, there was a lot of characters who've been around for a long time, and all of Wolverine history. You know that stuff really well, or were you?
Yeah, I've read most of that stuff. Mm-hmm. I read most of it along the way,
Yeah.
And with Weapon X, the Wolverine book I just did, I tried to pare that stuff down as much as I could and make something that was completely new reader friendly. Mm-hmm. With this new Wolverine book, I wanted to bring in, some of that old stuff, kind of like I did with Ghost Rider. I tried to strike a balance between new reader friendly and paying homage to all that old stuff. So I wanted to bring back, a lot of Wolverine supporting characters and villains and all this kind of stuff, but still use it in a way that it doesn't matter if this is your first Wolverine comic or you've been reading it for 10 years, whatever, you can still pick up on all this stuff. And they'll be going forward. There's more of that. I'm really trying to build a big a supporting cast for Wolverine.
Do you have it planned out for a really long time?
Yeah, quite a long ways. I mean, at that retreat when I pitched stuff, I pitched probably a couple of years worth of Wolverine stories.
Is that how it worked? Did you pitch it for the first time to anybody at the retreat in front of everybody? That sounds horrifying.
No, well, I like my editors had read this stuff before. But yeah, I mean, in terms of me going through everything, I'd probably never done that before. Mm-hmm. And it is a little nerve-wracking, but I thought it was a good story, and people really liked it.
Now, it's interesting because you've been around for a few years now, and the books keep getting you keep getting bigger titles and things like that. Is the sort of the writer retreat experience, are those different now? Like, at first I'd imagine they'd be really intimidating, but now you know everybody a little better. You've got some things under your belt. Is it more fun?
It's still intimidating.
Is it?
It's weird. It's weird for me. I mean, I've only been doing this for 5-6 years now. And it's always been me sitting alone in my room at a desk, typing shit out. And now suddenly I'm sitting in a room with 20 people where you're all throwing ideas out. Yeah. So it's weird. I mean, a guy like Jeff Loeb, who works in TV, is used to that.
Yeah.
For me, it's still alien. Mm-hmm. But yeah, I mean, it's fun. I mean, for 3 days you get to go and sit in an office and talk about comics with people who are the best at their jobs in the world. So
yeah.
It's not a bad gig,
No, definitely not. Now to go over to the other side of things, Scalped is still going on and going strong. I feel like it's getting better every issue, and I don't know if it's that you're getting to know the characters better or something like that, but I just find that it's just more heartbreaking every time it comes along because I know them better and better. Do you feel like you're getting to know them better, or did you know them all along?
Yeah, I think I've definitely gotten to know the characters better as we've gone along. I think I've become a better writer as Scalped has gone along. I think Guera and I have created more of a connection. So yeah, I mean, hopefully that's my goal with Scalped, is that each issue it does get better. Mm-hmm. I don't think it always does, but I think hopefully that's what I always aim for. Mm-hmm. I think this last year has been a good year for Scalped. I've been really proud of the stuff we've been able to do, from the standalone stories to the big arc we're doing now.
And do you feel like that you're looking at it and going, this is the best stuff I've done on Scalped? Because as I look over the past year, it was the Gnawing and then the Shunka story, and then just these last couple, 40 and 41. I mean, it's been spectacular stuff. Do you feel like that too? You're like, wow, I'm doing better than I thought.
I hope so. Yeah.
Yeah.
I mean,
Tell me how great you are. That's not.
I think I'm pretty awesome. My mom tells me I'm awesome. So
She would know.
I don't know. I mean, I've never sat down and read the entirety of Scalped. Maybe I should, but at some point, you know, I will do that. At some point, I'll sit down and hopefully it does get better and build momentum. You know, I had things planned out for Scalped pretty far into the series from the beginning. I think I had the first 30, 35 issues planned out. So it's, you know, not that long ago that I hit the end of that original outline,
Really?
and suddenly I had to start building a new one. So, you know, we've been in that new one for about the last 8 issues or so, I guess.
Oh, really?
So yeah, it was kind of terrifying to get to the end of that and realize, oh, this is as far as I knew. I mean, I still knew where everything would end up. I just didn't know how do we get from B to C. You know, and I still don't know. We're still figuring things out as we go along. I don't know exactly how long it'll take us to get to the end point. There is an end point coming, and I know what that'll be, but
It's a ways away.
yeah, it's still we're not there yet.
Okay, I'm fine with that. That's totally cool. Now, you just met RM Guera for the very first time,
Right.
and you've been working with him for, I guess, almost 4 years now on the book, or if not, I don't know when you started. But what was that like? I mean, like you work with him all the time. His name's connected to yours, and you've never met the guy. That's nuts.
It's pretty wild. Yeah, we were actually talking. My son was born around the same time we started working together, and he's 5.5 years old now. So we've been working together that long, but never actually met face to face. He'd never been to the United States before. I've never been to Europe, so he made his first trip over. It was great. We're rooming together, so hopefully we don't drive each other crazy. And
That's a big risk.
hopefully it's not the end of Scalped by Monday morning. But it's great. I mean, to be face to face, and you know, I mean, we've talked on the phone a lot, and we email a lot, so the collaboration has always been there. But just to be in the same room together and sit and talk for hours, you know, it's been pretty wild.
All right, I'm here in our booth with Mike Kennedy and Ben TEMPLESMITH. How you guys doing?
Good.
I'm alive. Excellent. So you guys are working together. Ben's one of the artists on a great cool project from Archaia called Bleed Out. What can you tell us about it?
Well, Bleed Out is actually, it's a big campaign expansion for an online shooter that we got going right now called Crimecraft. At the end of the year, we're going to be putting out this great big brand new story, new campaign, and we got just a list of awesome artists to help tell that story through 10 different chapters, and Ben's doing like amazing stuff. Yeah, chapter 5, yeah, which is the creepiest chapter. So of course he's perfectly suited for it.
Got the right artist, right?
Yeah,
so,
exactly.
so what can you tell us about your work from Bleed Out in Chapter 5? What do you got going on in it?
I get to draw a particular sexual fetish,
Nice.
which I was unaware of mostly until I did this book thing. It's a six-page story, I think it is, isn't it?
Yeah. Each of the chapters are about, you know, they run anywhere from 6 to 9 pages, and yeah, I figured, you know, catch Ben by surprise with content and see what he comes up with. So I think we did a pretty good job there. It's awesome stuff, though.
Very cool. So it's not your first time working on doing stories based around video games and things like that. The whole comics video games kind of merged. Do you see that as a great kind of union, or has it seen good success? I mean, what made you want to do this project?
Well, actually, video games is my day job. Actually, working on the campaign that's what's paying my rent. But I figure, you know, rather than spend millions of dollars on, you know, CG story for a couple of minutes, let's tell in a very unique kind of graphics, you know, the motion comics thing. So, but we're not just gonna like get chump artists. Like, let's do it like legitimately and like get good solid talent. Like the stuff that they did for Dead Space was like, you know, really cool stuff.
I've probably done more computer game related comics than anyone else in the industry. I started with Silent Hill. Then I did Turok, Dinosaur Hunter, which actually never saw print, but I did that. Remember that game?
I do remember,
I did Dead Space, which was the big one. And I've also now done covers for Kane and Lynch. And now this, and something else coming up too, maybe sometime. So beat that.
I didn't even know about Kane and Lynch. Well, I'm going to have to look for those now.
I just did Kane and Lynch, a little Kane and Lynch.
Cool.
But yeah, I mean, it's all, I mean, it is a big synergy. I mean, it's like, there's no point in like making one product. Oh, was I not supposed to say that?
Marketing term.
So cool. So in addition to your video game work, you also do comics.
Yeah, a little bit.
Yeah. So what's going on with Joker?
Joker's a little bit delayed on both our ends. Ben McCool owes me a little bit of a script. I owe him a few pages. It's
Standard fare comics, right?
It's coming along. It'll be finished soon. It's not going to be like Fell, where it never comes back.
Never comes back.
Because I am really responsible for this one. I will get this one done. Okay. Warren can take his sweet time. I'm there for him. But Joker will get done. It'll be out in trade sometime next year, hopefully.
The response has been great. I mean, people really seem to like it. Have you gotten that same kind of feedback? Or?
It's been one of the best books I've ever done as a creator-owned thing, especially with Ben, who wasn't really known at first, but everyone knows Ben now.
Yeah.
If you meet him, you know Ben.
Yes. Hard to miss Ben now.
Yeah. No, the sales have been really good.
Yeah. And so, what's been going on with Wormwood? I love the Wormwood stuff. I want to get more.
Well, after Choker, I'm doing a new Wormwood. And also a thing called Black Sky, which is an illustrated film.
Yep.
Not computer game related, but maybe a computer game. But yeah, more Wormwood is coming. A new miniseries is called Bingo Night in Valhalla.
Cool.
So,
excellent. Cool. So that'll probably sometime next year, or
yeah. And that's from IDW.
Yep.
And everything else is some other things probably from Image. So
yeah. You get around. It's good.
I get around. I'm like a cheap whatever. I can't say on camera.
I'm here with Tony Daniel. How you doing?
Very good, sir. Thank you.
Now, we talked to you a while ago when Batman run just started. Now you've had about a year into the run. How is it now compared to when you started?
Drawing it wise or writing it wise?
Well, overall, let's talk about the art first. Have you found it difficult? How is doing a monthly book, writing and drawing, affected the art style?
Well, I'm able to have a little bit more freedom in terms of developing a mood or an atmosphere because I get to, pick what I think I do best. And the challenge is, for me, is to not take any shortcuts. Right. So I try to challenge myself when I'm writing the story for myself. I try to challenge myself to do tough shots, really good exterior locations, and things like that. So I'm trying to not lose any kind of quality doing it myself.
Do you ever curse the writer for writing something that was more difficult to draw than you thought?
Well, I've worked with Grant Morrison for a couple years, and he can be very, very detailed with his scripts, and I got to draw every little detail he puts in there because I don't know if it's going to be important 2 years later. So sometimes working with him, I can get bogged down, and I'll be working on a page twice as long as I normally should. But the end result, it's a lot of fun. But Jeff Johns is another one. He'll have me drawing action sequences with people throwing cars everywhere and buildings, and that just takes like forever. It's fun, but that stuff slows me down. I go, damn.
So now, story-wise, how do you see the character now between a year ago and today?
Well, for what I'm trying to do with Dick Grayson as Batman is having him be, a character who's grown as an individual, as somebody who's filled the shoes of Bruce Wayne. He's more confident, but I still want him to retain some of that vulnerability that he has, as opposed to Bruce Wayne, who's, seems like a rock. But having that more human aspect to Dick Grayson is something I want to develop further. Even though he's getting more confident as a character, I still want to develop him as somebody who has to face these challenges and isn't the perfect human being and isn't the perfect Batman. But I think that some of the things that I can play with him as a character will make people enjoy his run as Batman even more.
Does that make him a lot more interesting to write than Bruce Wayne, because there's a lot more facets to Dick Grayson than the art of Batman?
Well, I haven't really written Bruce Wayne yet. I have a small appearance with Bruce in the issue I just finished working on, but so I can't compare. I'm sure I would have a lot of fun writing Bruce Wayne. But for me, I can relate to Dick Grayson because, I'm coming in filling somebody else's big shoes, and the insecurities and stuff that goes along with that. I think I can relate to him. I think a lot of fans and readers can relate to Dick Grayson as opposed to,
He's the
somebody
ultimate
like Bruce
authoritarian
Wayne.
father figure.
Exactly, and he is like, being the real deal, being the Batman. You're going to be, intimidated stepping into his shoes. So I think everybody feels that kind of insecurity or, whatever going, at some point in their life. I think that I like relating to Dick Grayson, so I kind of feel, natural writing him.
So now in this new Bat universe, there's the Bat Inc.'s coming out, and there's a new writer and detective. Where does Batman fit into? Where does the book Batman fit into this whole scope?
Well, the Batman book itself is going to primarily focus on Dick Grayson.
Yeah.
Batman and Robin, you know, you're going to have Batman and Robin. They're going to be doing what they're doing and continue to come up with the kind of tales that they're telling. And my book, Batman, is really going to be involved with Dick Grayson, the character. We're going to see him out of costume, exploring relationships with people and what he has to go through to be Dick Grayson and to retain himself as a person, as well as continue to be Batman, even though Bruce Wayne is back.
All right, go ahead. Ready? Oh, you can start it like that. I'm getting hugged by Chris Eliopoulos. Chris Eliopoulos is now sanitizing his hands. This is this is what you do at the con. You have to stay healthy, right?
I'm not getting sick.
Right, exactly. And there's
it's fist pumps now.
Yeah, exactly. It's fist pumps and Purell. So.
Yeah, big time.
So Chris Eliopoulos, comic book letterer extraordinaire, comic book writer, comic book artist. You do everything. You're a modern comic book renaissance man.
Hold the microphone at your mouth when you're speaking and at me when I'm speaking.
So you do
101. Okay.
So you're doing a little bit of everything. You're writing, drawing,
yes,
lettering.
I'm a whore.
Yes, you are. So recently you did a guest column on our website, iFanboy.com, about comics and kids, like kids comics.
Yep.
So what's got you all worked up about kids comics?
You know what it is? You people at home need to start getting comics for kids. The problem is we're still, we have a marketplace that's with the direct market. We're appealing to the same people. We're a circular firing squad. We're all hitting the same mark. And what happens is we're losing new readers.
Right.
You saw like that column about 25% of the comics industry readers are now over 65.
Right.
Where are the new guys? Where are the kids coming in? And I keep saying to people who look down their noses at kids comics, if we don't get them in, the ones you like will soon be gone because we won't have enough readers to warrant publication.
Yeah, recently I was having the same conversation, and they were saying, like, are kids reading comics? I said, not really. So the people reading comics are getting older. They're having kids. They're getting busy. They're not buying, and some of them are dying. I mean, we're getting old. Like,
wow, that's morbid, dude.
Well, no, but it's true.
Yes, we are dying.
Yeah,
but it's scary, especially. That's the scary part. Is I love this industry. I did not grow up reading comic books, and I came into this industry outside. But I've come to love it. I love the creators. I love the work. I've started to read new stories and books that are geared towards our group.
Right.
And I love them. And I'd hate to see this go away. And that's why I'm sort of really starting to get upset that we're not looking for the kids again.
Right.
The reason I started doing Franklin, the reason I started doing Pet Avengers besides a paycheck was the fact that I couldn't share the work I did with my kids.
Right.
I just couldn't. I couldn't show decapitations to my kids who are, 8 years old.
Yeah.
And they're getting disinterested, and we're fighting against video games. We're fighting against, the TV shows and movies, but yet we really need to start them early. And if we get them early, they can make it so it's exciting for them. They're going to want to read comics and read stories and enjoy the medium. And
you made a comment. So you've got two boys, and they're reading comics on the iPad.
Yeah, it's funny. They would look at some of my books.
Yeah.
But there was something about the shiny toy, and they could flip
the gadget,
it. And they started reading, and they would start. They read more Marvel comics on the iPad than they did on regular, dead tree versions.
Right.
And I think we need to expand that. And I know there's a free comic initiative on the iPad apps, but I think we should make them kid-friendly ones. Like we should start. I mean, I hate to toot my own horn, but Franklin needs to be on this, or Tiny Titans needs to be on here for free and get the kids reading.
Get them interested.
And I mean, I hate to say it because it sounds so obnoxious. It's like a gateway drug. You bring them in young, hook them for free, and the next one is we charge them for the next one.
Exactly.
But it's a good thing. They're not being addicted to drugs. They're not, drinking. They're looking at violence. They're reading a healthy story that hopefully 10 years down the road, they're picking up X-Men, and you get to still read your X-Men.
Exactly, and I get to keep going until, yeah, exactly. And that's the whole thing, and then part of it is that, and all of us, a lot of people here, they have kids, and it's a matter of giving them the comics and making comics accessible, and that's,
Well, that's the other problem, is that we do have the people here who are smart enough to hand comics off to their kids.
Yeah.
What we don't have is the people outside of comic readers, so we need to go get them.
Yeah.
And I think part of that is with the digital medium, but also getting them into bookstores. We need to get them alongside of prose novels and kids' books that are out there so parents can know, because, like I said, we don't have a lot of comic book stores left.
Right.
And if we do, a lot of people don't know where to go, or they're scared of them, or they don't know what they are.
Intimidating.
So they don't know where to go. But if you have a bookstore, I see parents all the time at bookstores looking for something, and the kids want to read something.
Yeah.
And if we hand them this, it's something that will hopefully drag them in, and they'll enjoy it.
Yeah, exactly. And now what I think is great, obviously, I'm a fan of yours, but you're also walking the walk. You're not just doing the talk. So like you're making comics for kids. I mean, you did for 3 years. Misery Loves Sherman is a very kid-friendly strip on the web, and now it's collected in a book. Right. And congratulations on that, by the way. 3 years. That's no small feat.
700 strips. So
700 strips
daily,
every day.
Every day.
Yeah.
Every weekday.
And they're all at miserylovesherman.com, right?
Yes,
So,
plug.
But also Lockjaw and Pet Avengers, and and has that? I've heard nothing but great reactions from folks saying I read it with my kids and that sort of thing. Have you heard the same thing?
Yeah, that's the thing I love hearing, is that there are parents who share this and they read together and they go issue by issue and they enjoy reading it together. And there's something for the parents, but there's also the kids get the enjoyment of it. And at the end of the day, it's talking animals.
Yeah.
So the kids are going to love it, and then I throw in jokes for the parents, and they get a kick out of it. So. And so far, it's been really good. Now we're going to bring in the Avengers. So we're going to do the Avengers and the Pet Avengers. And so we got humans. So the parents might actually like seeing some of the
nice.
the real superheroes.
So when is that coming out?
The end of October.
What is the title of that again? I'm spacing.
Avengers versus the Pet Avengers.
Avengers versus the Pet Avengers. Nice. So excellent. And then hopefully we'll have many more Pet Avengers, no matter what Bendis says.
He's an old grump. But yeah, I hope so. I want to keep going, and it seems to hit a market that everybody is happy with. The art is great. If I can keep Guera on there and Chris Sotomayor, it's awesome. They just good. Even if you don't buy for the writing, the art. This issue we got Fin Fang Foom and a bunch of dragons. It's gorgeous stuff. Yeah. And so even if you don't like the writing, the artwork is just stunning.
The art really is beautiful. Some great layouts, everything too. So,
he's awesome.
Yeah.
I'm afraid I'm going to lose him. Because he's so good,
Yeah. Well, hopefully not. Hopefully we get a lot more to come. So.
He likes it. He likes doing the animal stuff, but and that's why I threw in some humans this time.
Yeah, just keep him happy, right?
Yeah, keep him trying new things. So.
Yeah, excellent.
I'm here with Jimmy Palmiotti. Always fun to talk to you at the cons. How you doing?
Great. Always fun to talk to you guys.
And now we have a lot of pressure on both of us.
Yeah.
Jonah Hex keeps rolling on, and I gotta say that every time I get a new issue, I don't know if it's surprised, but it's just like. Well, it's great again, and Jordi Bernay is getting better all the time. Like, is it just go on forever for you?
We hope. I mean, we have some good guys. Brian Stelfreeze has a new one out, and we just solicited for Eduardo Riso, which is pretty exciting for us. And yeah, it's just we have a lot of stories to tell. People seem to love it. They keep buying it, and as long as they buy it, we'll keep doing it. I've never had both Justin and I never had a book that hit 60 before, so we're like, ooh, maybe 75. You know what I mean? So no, it's just we find it's a relief that people support something that's not a superhero book for this long. So we're very happy. And that said, we're really hard on ourselves with the stories. We're constantly trying to top each other and then say, all right, we've done that before, so we can't go anywhere near that. Like, we're trying to keep everything new and fresh because we feel, the new issue might be somebody's first. So we're always staying on our game with it. We have an expression we say, if we die tomorrow, this is the last thing we did. So it's got to be pretty good.
Do you have like a favorite part of it? Because it's been so much now. Like, was there like a bit you're like that was the best thing we've done?
I like. I love to do a montage of the people reacting when they hear Jonah Hex is in the room, of those pieces of artwork where they're like, doing that kind of. I like the humor in the book. Yeah. And it's not obvious humor; it's very dark humor. And I got to say, I see a review on it, and they'll go, "Oh, that was the most horrific thing in the world," and I was like giggling when we were writing it because we were laughing, like, "Oh my God, that's horrible!" And then we start laughing for 10 minutes. And
well, a couple of issues back, Jonah Hex tackled a horse.
Yes.
I was like, that was spectacular.
We wrote that, and I'm like, thank God we got this story to Jordi, because we couldn't think 9 out of 10 artists will have a really hard time figuring out how a man would actually tackle a horse by his front legs. And he drew that page came in, we were hysterical, because we're like, because when we wrote it, we're like, we've never seen a man tackle a horse. I've never seen it done where his legs are, and it was brilliant. It was brilliant, yeah.
Now, hopping genres, as you guys do a lot, Time Bomb is still going on. The Nazis are being avenged and all sorts of that
we're
stuff.
wiping out Nazis.
So is that going pretty well? Almost done with that?
Yeah, third issue is a massive amount of madness. A lot of sci-fi in the third issue. So anybody who thinks it's really grounded, is going to go, what the hell just happened? Because we throw some really unexpected turns in the book. It's kind of like, you know, you look at a story like that and you say, well, I know where it's going to go because they're going to do. And we said, okay, that's what you think. And again, I think it's what's great about writing with a partner is because if I say something, he'll go, yeah, but that's what always happens. Like, all right, yeah, we got to kind of turn the room around now.
Yeah.
And that's what we've been doing through the whole Time Bomb run. And Paul's almost done with the last couple of pages. It looks beautiful. We're really excited to see how people either love the third issue or want to kill us on the third issue. But we actually got to write the book we wanted to write. And the end of the book actually has a couple of endings. Because I'm a guy, if I like a story, I don't want it to end so quickly sometimes. So we actually ended it, and then we said, well, I can give away a little bit, right, to the readers. You know, they're in the future, they're in the past, and they only have 24 hours, and everything happens, the big ending, blah blah blah, and they realize they have another 45 minutes before they're going to be brought back to the future, and they're like, what do you want to do? And the other guy goes, I got a good idea. And that's the second ending. And then there's a third ending where they finally do get pulled out of the future. And I think most people will kind of laugh because I always thought like at the end of a movie, like, all right, now what? They're all standing around, they're walking into the sunset. Now what? And, you know, right. So we did the scene right after that. Yeah. Where they're like, hey, I'm hungry, but we kind of did it in a different way. And I don't know, you know, I'm really nervous about 3 because some people might hate it, and some people might really love it for the fact that it just kind of flipped everything again.
You're smiling. It's coming out anyway.
It's funny.
Yeah.
How about that? I think it's pretty funny, but
well,
you know,
that's worked out pretty good so far.
Yeah.
And then there's Freedom Fighters over at DC right now. Yep. You know, it's kind of a tough sell. It's sort of known characters, but
it's an ongoing that'll last at least 7 issues. Yeah. That's what I always say. I'm hoping. We gain an audience. I wasn't at the DC panel, but I heard everybody cheer about Freedom Fighters, and that's great. That made this nipple hard, and so it's pretty exciting.
This one going?
Well,
check Monday.
Your hand when you put it right near there, that almost did it. We're doing the best we can with it. It's a big book with a lot of over-the-top concepts, and we're going all Grant Morrison on it in some bizarre ways. But we're trying, it's a different voice from Justin and I. So we're trying to do something that if you read our stuff, you're still not going to figure out what we're about.
I can't, like there's those books I wouldn't be able to tell you had anything to do with one another. The 3 books we've just talked about.
Well, and it's important for writers to write characters that aren't their own voice all the time. And we make sure that these characters, they all have their own individual, like Power Girl. You know, we wrote Power Girl and created her own voice. It doesn't sound, Power Girl does not sound like Justin or myself on any level. I don't think it does. No. No, and so with Freedom Fighters, we're having a blast. It's ongoing. Like I said, sales are going to dictate how far it's ongoing. You know, I mean, Hex we thought was going to get canceled at 11, so we're still going. So you never know. You never know.
Hit your stride, you'll be fine.
Yeah.
You'll be fine.
We'll hope so.
Now you do a lot of work at DC, and there's been a lot of changes there lately.
Yes,
You've been in the industry. What do you think? What's going on, man?
I could not be any happier.
Really?
Yes. Couple of things. Bob Harris, editor-in-chief. When Joe and I did Marvel Knights, Bob was our editor, our editor-in-chief, and he was great. And he helped us through a time where we didn't know what we were doing. And then he went on to freelance edit at Wildstorm. And while he was there, he's the one that walked in 21 Down, walked in Resistance, Twilight. He walked in all the books Justin and I created from scratch, which we can never thank him enough for. So to have him be the editor-in-chief and then have Dan over him, it's like win-win for us. And you know, Dan is like this really kinetic guy. I mean, you've met Dan today. And then you got Bob, who's this really level-headed. He looks at the big picture kind of guy. The two of them are a great combination. And then you add Jeff and Jim, and it's going to be a real exciting time. Even with this stuff, like they announced the 20 pages for $2.99. Yeah. That's exciting for us.
Yeah.
Because
do you feel like it's going to be a challenge at all to make the stories a little shorter? And,
yes.
But
that's okay. I'm up to the challenge. I think that if we can make comics more affordable for people, that only helps.
Definitely.
And we figured out that if we just ask for a raise,
It all works out.
we'll get it back to the same page rate. So we didn't get the raise, by the way, so that didn't happen. But
Well,
we
then
asked.
they wouldn't be saving any money,
No,
would
we
they?
wouldn't save any money, no.
It doesn't work at all.
In theory, it sounds amazing. No, you know, I think we have to work with the public because money is not all over. I think they got plans of what the extra pages are going to do, and I think it was a pretty cool move, and I'm looking forward to this.
I was shocked because I've never seen the price go down. That's unprecedented as far as I know, and we never expected it would. But
you know, maybe they're going to cut our pay. I didn't even think about that. That's really depressing. Oh my God.
it's all right. That one's hard now.
We're here at the closing bell at the New York Comic Con with Robert Kirkman.
Yeah, I'm not tired. It's going to be great.
Let's do 3 more days. Let's do it. Yeah. Yeah. Actually, I'll be honest with you. I'm not prepared for this interview. Josh is going to do it. He's been preparing. So Josh.
Hey. So what's going on at the show?
I didn't even notice you there. I didn't know.
It's a large shirt.
I don't know. It's going fine. I gotta say, it's really intimidating to do these interviews now because, like, we do one like almost at every show, and I feel like I have to perform. And so, like, I'm sitting over there doing the signing, and I'm like, oh, I'm doing a fucking, what are you guys called again? Oh, I'm doing a damn iFanboy thing. Jeez, do I have anything funny to say? And I don't. I'm all out.
Well,
this one, ladies and gentlemen, this one is gonna suck. So, get ready.
Here's the deal: is we talked to you in San Diego, and it was about the show, The Walking Dead, that hadn't come out yet, and it's still not out yet. Well, the question really is, why are we here talking to you?
I really don't know. This is going to be ridiculous. No, here, hold on just a second. No, AMC's been absolutely fabulous. Everything is going really well. The show is going to be super, and I'm just so excited with everything that Frank Darabont and everyone has been doing with this television show. Halloween night, AMC, 10 o'clock. Make sure you tune in. I'm so thrilled with how everything has gone. It's been amazing.
What's it been like working with Andrew Lincoln?
It's been awesome. That guy is so handsome and British. It's been a lot of fun. You know, whatever. You guys didn't prepare shit, did you?
We were leaving. I just came over to say hi. You were like, why don't we shoot?
Well, I'm really sorry. Like,
I'm a big fan.
Here, hold on. There we go. Much better. We got to class this up, man. We got to class it up. All right.
We got to class it up.
How's everything been going with you guys? How's it been this con? What do you think of this New York City Comic Con? Is it good?
It's a tough
It's good because I thought it was a big steaming pile of shit.
Really?
I gotta say, no, I'm joking. I'm kidding. No, it was a lot of fun. I don't think I was. No, it was a very last minute. AMC wanted me here to promote the show.
In France a couple days ago? Or?
I was in France up until like 2 days ago.
Yeah.
Oh, I don't know. I apologize, guys. Here's the secret that you guys may not know. No one gives a shit what you guys say on these things. That's really not how it.
It's all you. It's. No, oh, that's what it feels like now. It's like, you want to be the boom operator?
But no, I got a call on Saturday. It was really awesome. This is a funny story. Let's do a little anecdote. How about that? Hello. So, yeah, I was hanging out with my family. Yeah, get ready.
We are.
I'm starting to get the impression that you guys hate doing these. They're like, you guys walk by my booth and you're like, oh shit, I hope he doesn't see us. He doesn't know if we're here or not. He's gonna ask to be interviewed again, and so
one creator who
we
remembers
need to.
us.
Oh. Well, how does that make you guys? How does that make you guys feel?
Well, once you it gets a little grating. That can't be good for the mic.
I'll buy you a new one. I got money. All right, I'm good. But no, I'm hanging out at home. It's Saturday afternoon, and AMC calls me and says, Gail, I heard is a little under the weather. We're doing some promotion in France. You think you could be in France? And I was like, well, when do you want me? Can you be on a plane in 12 hours? And I was like, well, you know, so I had to go to my wife and be like, honey, I know you haven't seen me very much. I'll be flying to France tomorrow. I hope that's okay. and I ended up having to do like 36 hours of press on an hour and a half of sleep because of the way the time zones changed. Like, I basically lost all day Sunday and arrived for, Monday morning, like, without sleeping. And
we've talked to you when you've been short on sleep, and that's worse.
You're doing that right now. What are you talking about? Am I yelling? I'm sorry. But no, I landed in America Wednesday night, spent a little bit of time with my family on Thursday, although I was very tired, and then I flew here. So let me tell you what, you guys might think being Robert Kirkman is pretty cool. You probably don't, but I'm telling you, it sucks. So
wow,
it's a pain in the ass doing all this stuff.
Halloween night.
Sometimes I wish this damn TV show hadn't happened.
Sometimes I don't know what to do with my yacht. It's such a problem.
Look, I have 3 yachts, and I haven't got to spend so much as 20 minutes on one of them.
And you're landlocked.
And I'm landlocked.
They're sitting out there in the yard.
I just have a
He's got his little captain's hat. And he's
Well,
just
I put them on cinder blocks, and people drive by, and they're just like. It goes really nicely next to my couch because I live in Kentucky, and these kind of jokes don't offend me at all. How's that make you feel?
So what was...
Open up.
No. When a man has a...
Open up.
You close tightly.
Really? Is that a rule? I didn't know
think
that.
so.
I wish I'd been with you like 10 days ago because I didn't know that rule, and it really backfired on me.
No? Stick with us. We'll learn you, kid. Roger Dalton.
There we go.
So, did you expect it to just...
I thought I didn't know if I'd be able to pull that off.
Hit an anime kid.
You were a little hesitant for a second. So what about the world of comics? You liking the comics? What, DC $2.99?
Yeah, like what? My bad, guys. Like, was that the announcement?
Yeah,
like, oh shit. Well, gosh, we shouldn't have done that. How? Like, because Marvel's doing it too, but like, how is that not an admission that like they were just trying to like grab money, right? Like, isn't that what it is? I mean, when it really gets down to it, let's be honest with ourselves. Isn't that what it is? You know, maybe this will work. Oh, it didn't work. Like, what?
I like the press release said my bad.
Yeah. Whoops. But no, I mean, next time that they raise prices, I'm going to be a little skeptical. Like, oh, is it really necessary this time?
Right, yeah.
You know, because it's going to happen eventually.
About that $1, we...
$1 too. It's like, it wasn't like it was 25 cents or something. $1,
A third
really?
of the price, yeah.
By the way, I need to announce, guys, all of my books at Image Comics are now going from $2.99 to $3.99. It's something I'm very excited about. But don't worry, I'm going to print the covers on cardboard, so that'll make up for it, right? And
You gonna backup stories?
no,
All right.
no, I'm going to bore you with letter columns instead of
Well, I
boring
can't
you
get
with backup stories.
I can't get it anywhere else, so I'll pay. I'll pay. Whatever.
You're addicted, right? I can do that, can't I?
I need the juice.
No. Hey, everybody, Frank Darabont. Frank.
Hey, Robert
How are you,
Kirkman.
man?
Oh my God, I'm being ambushed. Hey.
Yeah.
How
This
are
is
ya?
these are my buddies at iFanboy. They do a little internet podcast.
How are ya?
They
How's
do a
it
great job.
How's it going?
This is glasses.
He's a big fan.
And this is dark hair.
Sideburns.
And that's cameraman.
And that's camera dude.
Frank, how's this television show going? Is it going okay?
It's going amazingly. It's going great. I'm so proud of it.
Now, Frank, I understand you could be possibly a little alarmed. I have a microphone. I have a camera crew all of a sudden. This may seem a little bizarre, but this is what happens at the end of comic book conventions. Things just
really?
go crazy.
Things just go
It's just-
off the hinge.
It just goes
Do they?
crazy.
I see.
It's crazy.
Well, that's
So
cool.
later on, we're going to be taking our pants off.
As long as your friends don't try to tear our flesh and eat it, I'll be happy.
Good.
I'm good with
Good.
anything.
Good. So AMC, Halloween, 10 o'clock.
Sunday night, the 31st.
Yes. Make sure you tune in. You did a great job on the show, sir.
Thanks. So did you.
And thank
pal.
you so much for doing this interview.
You're welcome.
All right. Okay, go on. We got to finish this up.
All right, go.
Is there anybody else here? Look, there's Steven Yeun. He plays Glenn. And then there's Lori Holden. She plays Andrea. Hey, Lori, give us a wave. Hello? Yeah, she's doing great. That's good. There's a guy with glasses. He's waving. What's up, dude? How's it going? Cena Grace, everybody, my editorial director at Skybound. He's kind of awesome.
Skybound t-shirts, got the branding going on.
Oh, yeah. We sold a bunch of those this weekend.
25 bucks a pop, not bad.
Is it really? Yes. I should probably be a little more hands-on with our pricing, right? I don't know, 24. It's a little expensive. I don't know. Yeah, what's up?
Can we hook it up?
Oh, yeah, give it to him. Go for it. Take it. Well, look, see, well, you think I'm doing you a favor, but the thing is you have to carry that. And you're a small guy.
No, not normal.
You want to say something? You want to say something? You want to get on here?
Hi, who am I talking to?
I have no fucking clue. No, it's iFanboy.
Oh, iFanboy. Hello. Hi, guys. Please watch The Walking Dead premiering October 31st on AMC.
Should I pick him up? You want me to pick him up? Here we go. Woohoo! Woohoo! All right. That's good. All right.
I like how you have it all down. Watch The Walking Dead on Halloween AMC.
That's good. This is turning out to be pretty good. I didn't know the cast was going to be showing up. Yeah, come on in. What's up? You want to say something? Now, dude, welcome to New York City Comic Con. It's over.
Yeah.
But can I ask you a question?
Yeah.
Power Rangers shirt? What the fuck?
Yeah, I don't know what the hell I was thinking. I really don't know what I was thinking with this. It was the last shirt I had.
Did you travel here, or did you you live?
Bronx, from Bronx, South Bronx.
Okay, so you didn't like pack and get on a plane and pack that shirt.
No, this is out of my closet straight over here.
Okay, that's good. That's good. It's a poor choice, if I have to be honest.
It is a poor choice. It's embarrassing. People kept asking me why didn't I go dress up like a Power Ranger if I was going to be so lame ass about it. And I was like, it's the last shirt in my closet, so want to make a problem about it? And I just kept walking.
That's good. All right, that's enough. It's not very entertaining. Thanks.
I appreciate it.
Thanks a lot.
Thanks again for the little sketch.
Oh, cool, man. No problem. I don't remember seeing that guy before. Can we use any of this, or do we have to get waivers? All right, good.
Waivers.
Good.
The internet.
All right.
No one watches.
Oh, that's true. No one watches. Perfect. Good.
I just got so exciting. I got book 5, book 6, the covers, getting this for Frank.
If you can stay in the convention hall after close, we'll just give anything away. That's really the secret. You have to work on the television show.
We have to go to the booth and beg. This is how we get our source material. Yeah.
That's good. Do you want one of those? You can have one if you want it.
I think this is good for Frank.
Okay.
He really thinks it was modeled after him.
It really wasn't. But hey, anything I can do to get on Frank's good side. I mean, if you could say that it is modeled after him, like, okay.
It'll make his day.
Awesome. Thank you so much.
Bye.
Doesn't look anything like Frank. What are they talking about? It's also not very flattering when it gets down to it. It's like, hey, you look just like this zombie. What? No. It's crazy. So anyway.
Crazy talk.
You want to wrap this up, or you want to see if anything else happens and then just edit it?
I just want to find anybody.
Getting to be more and more.
Where's John
work.
Romita Sr.?
The longer we go.
John Romita
Let's
Sr.
go. Let's go to the Marvel booth. See if any of those assholes are around. Nah, I'm joking. I love those guys.
All right. Halloween.
Halloween, AMC. It's October 31st, just in case you aren't paying attention. And it's at 10 p.m. And they'll rerun it again at 11:30. So, because that's what they do at AMC.
1
so,
o'clock, 2:30.
I think a lot of people will be watching it again.
Probably.
Yeah.
Likely.
Yeah.
It's likely.
All right. Good luck with that.
So, did you guys have a good con?
Yeah, the last few minutes have been a blur.
A little bit.
Good. All right.
A little bit.
All right. So from our family to yours, here at iFanboy Land, for he's a jolly good. No. All right. Thanks a lot, everybody.